Welcome to a brand new day, a brand new empty page ready to be filled by you. And I'm inviting you to come and join me as we craft together. So I'm using different supplies, for example, some old newspapers, some colored papers, maybe some cutout pictures from magazines or old books or even stickers. And you can grab along whatever you have on hand. So I'm here ripping up a piece of old newspaper because I like to add that kind of part of my base of my page. I have here another pretty colorful picture of flowers, which I would like to include on my page because it's some of the colors that I love and that I enjoy at the moment. So I'm cutting it to the right size. Actually this one I'm going to be ripping it as well, just for the old look. I have here some cutout letters from, again, old magazines or newspapers, and I've chosen the letters that spell gratitude, since that's the one that we're focusing on today. I'm going to cut them to the right size. So I prepared some of this material beforehand, just to save a little bit of time. But then the rest of my page, I kind of just go with the flow. I stay sensitive to the things that I love, shapes and layout, design. I have here some other cutouts from magazines and newspapers that I've just been collecting since a little while. So I want to choose a picture that kind of resembles gratitude for me. So I have here some smiling faces. I like this one. I think I'm going to go with this one. I love the old-fashioned look. And I'm thinking of where to put it, and I'll cut it to the right size. I think maybe a square shape will do, because I have a few things in mind already that I want to include on my paper, on my page. So just to encourage you to find something that sparks inspiration, sparks joy for you, and that is also meaningful, related to the topic of the page you're working on. I'm going to use this black piece of cardboard just to help it stand out a little bit more, kind of to create some contrast between my page and the picture. I'm just gluing it on top and then cutting it to size. Still choosing where I want everything. I have here the words written out self-care, since this is part in conjunction with our series of self-care and well-being. So I'm definitely going to include that on my page. I like cutting it in different shape, just for variety. I'm going to switch out this T because it's green and I don't have the color green on my page. Oh, before I forget, I'm going to use this little notebook paper. I'll place it somewhere around here, because I love to include any little places, note paper, writing paper, for some journal prompts. That's really the meaningful part of these pages for me. I'm going to include another one behind here, so I'm just measuring it, make sure I get it the right size, because I'm going to be placing it behind it. I'm going to use the picture as a little pocket. And that's what I love about these pages, because I can always change out the papers, if I want to journal some different questions or if I have different answers. Now I'm going to start gluing it in place, since I have the general idea of where I want most things. I'm being very careful with this newspaper because it's quite old. It's very easy to rip. And yes, it's got some stains and from use or storage, but that's okay. That's kind of like the look of the journal. And I'm going to glue this one as well, these flowers. So I'm not going to glue the ripped part. I'm just going to put glue on the 3 sides, the 2 sides and the bottom. Because I'm also using this as a pocket. And this picture as well. So again, I'm just going to put glue on 3 of the sides. I think I'll place it here. And I'm not going too formal. Yes, I make sure that my paper fits in there. I use the ruler to kind of loosen it up a little bit and make sure my paper fits in well without any glue spread out on the wrong part. For my letters, for the letter T that I took out, I'm going to use this pink paper. It matches my flowers. I'm just going to write out the letter T in a big bold letter, and I'll cut that out. I love it that it matches the pink of the flowers, so it's kind of bringing the pink in different parts of my pages. I'm just delicately cutting it. So this takes lots of patience, making sure we get all these little details. I couldn't find another letter T, so I had to make my own. So feel free to create whatever you have to when you don't find what you need. You can make it yourself. Now I'm going to glue this little letter writing piece of paper. I like the little ripped look as well. And next I'm going to add my title, Self-Care. Or maybe I'll glue the letters down first, actually, to make sure that I know where I want to put the self-care title. Let me take all these off, and I'm again putting glue very carefully down, preferably onto my book rather than on the letters themselves, because they're very delicate. And now I can glue my little flag title. Again, not totally straight. I like the look of informal. I have this paper with beautiful flowers, kind of like a background paper, and there's patterns on both sides, so I'm going to take advantage of that and even use some of the text, because some of the text I feel can even fit in with my page quite nicely. So I'm looking which ones spark some gratitude for me. Time of your life. That's quite nice and goes along with feeling grateful. Some other words here. Some I won't use, but I like the wow, celebrate, wonderful, party. Some of those make me feel grateful. And are fun little reminders of being happy and joyful, bringing some of that positivity into my life. See if there's any others that I could use. Oh, I find here a thank you. That one is fitting for this page. So don't worry if you don't have these exact papers to cut out. You really use what you have on hand, and you don't have to even go and buy anything, because you could type these up, you could print them out, you can find them online, you could write them yourself as well. For these flowers, I had this paper, so I wanted to use it, and I figured it would save me a little bit of time from drawing them myself. I think you could even check out some magazines from the shops, or maybe from decor stores or other magazines. It's not complicated these days to find beautiful things like this, and even in dollar stores, or there's so many arts and crafts supplies, and very reasonable priced as well. So treat yourself to something fun like this. That's also part of self-care. So I'm choosing a few flowers here just to bring a little bit more color and fun, and again to include the pink that I love onto different parts of my paper, of my page. And I'm including a little bit of leaves for some greenery, maybe here. I have this black piece of cardboard, which I'm going to use as well to add to my pocket, the flower pocket. And I'll again continue the ribbed look. And it fits real nicely and snug in here. So one more place that I can add some journaling prompts, reflection. Now to glue my flowers in place. And last but not least, I'm going to do a little reflection time. So I'm just going to write in the titles for now. And then later on, I'm going to take my little private, quiet time to really think about and answer these questions for myself. What am I grateful for? And that one also changes continually. So I'm going to fill up the page. And then when there's no more room, I can always switch it out, or I can add to it because the pocket can fit in lots of room, lots of papers. Yes, I don't want to forget to glue these in so that they don't get lost. My fingers get a little bit sticky after all this gluing. Really, this is the fun part. We're working real textile here, cutting and gluing and ripping and writing. We're just missing the drawing part. But that can come in anytime you like. You can add little doodles to your pages. Here I'm going to include a few little words around my page, but feel free to add whatever your heart longs for, whatever would make you really happy and filled with gratitude. We want our cups to overflow with gratitude so that we can share it with others and overflow on others in our work, through our art, in our interactions with others throughout the day. So my next prompt is, how does it make me feel? And I have loads of room to fill that up. And my last one here is benefits. Benefits for my self-care, I think I'm going to write. And that kind of helps remind me why I'm doing it. I can jot down my answers here. And I love to add a few little keywords around my page. Again, that's the fun journaling look. Happy, joy. So I kind of ask myself, what words come to mind when I think of gratitude? Or what ties in with gratitude? Or maybe, how do I feel? going to include thank you here because that's really what it comes down to. Being grateful is saying thank you. Gladness. I'm going to use my white pen as well, so I like to switch out black and white just for fun and variety. Smile, cheer. So put in as much as you want into this page. You can fill it up, or you can make it as simple and minimalistic as you like. Whatever suits your style. So there we have it, our simple but beautiful gratitude for my self-care craft page. And I'm really looking forward to seeing you in some more craft pages for our self-care.